Alright, everybody. Second half of the doubleheader. Colorado School of Mines going up against Mississippi State University. Right now, I am setting up the lobby. Trying to get everybody in here. Second half of the doubleheader. In the first one, Louisiana State University, LSU, defeated Mines 2 games to 0. Sent a link for the stream. Of course I can. In fact, Michaelin's on it already. Right on. This is part of the Tespa Collegiate series. This is the Heroes Preseason. So this is early in the season. This is not, the dorm that you guys are looking forward to later after the winter break. But this is everybody just getting back, trying to build on their synergies. All right, I click some buttons with some friends. Try to do some cool stuff. Flash some quick keys. Kerrigan and Braywing reworks are not live. We are on the tournament realm, so we're like a little bit behind that. Thank you, Hoss, for throwing that out there and letting me know. Just a quick word on the meta priority. We see supports and bruisers really be the big pickups. Right now, Whitemane, Tyrande, Deckard Cain, all incredibly strong. Alex Raza on a number of maps as well. And a little bit of double support creeping in. We'll see if it shows up here in the college series. The bruisers still Urel, Blaze, excuse me. At the top of the tiers, Urel's still kind of broken. Recent patch, she had, 15 mana cost added to all of her abilities, so it slowed her down a little bit. That hero's still pretty good. And hey, listen, since it is the early season, we are checking in on rotations and synergies, trying to see who has made the most of their practice time early in the season. All right, teams are ink. We are headed to Battlefield of Eternity. Battlefield was the choice of Mississippi State.
Of Eternity.
The first pick will be over to CSM, Colorado School of Mines, on the left side of the screen. This being Battlefield, race heroes such as Hanzo, Greymane, and Li Ming, I'll have high priority here. Expect to see Raynor somewhere in one of these drafts as well. Tyrande has incredible value on this map. In the first set of our doubleheader, Colorado School of Mines went with the Tyrande first pick on both of their maps. Just taking a quick peek around. What's happening, Pyro? I see you in chat, brother. Diablo and Asmodan are the first heroes removed. Diablo gave CSM quite a bit of trouble in the first set against LSU tonight. And Asmodan still just considered to be a strong and obnoxious hero, even on Battlefield. And if this was the Tyrande choke, I would expect a support ban from CSM. Now they go with a Murden ban. Diablo and Murden removed. That would lead me to believe this is going to be a very early Johanna. There's a Dahaka ban. Unless CSM are going for a deep warrior choke. 10 seconds on the first selection here. All the supports are up and available. All the ranged DPS heroes are available. And that's sort of how a lot of these drafts have played out. Genji is also there.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
CSM go with the Hanzo. I would almost expect like the snap Urel Genji here. Oh!
From order.
Pardon me.
Justice.
I stand ready.
Tass and Vala. And in the first rotation, learning something about Mississippi State, they feel so strongly in the hypercarry Vala, they are willing to just go into it immediately. Urel and Genji made sense, and listen, in the meta, and in a competitive setting. And we get Genji Tyrande. MSU believes in that Tass Vala. Right on. Tyrande is the first supporter off the board. And with this Tass Vala comp, with the Genji, oh boy. Cain or Whitemane work. Whitemane is probably the better support for Mississippi State here in a neutral setting. If they are up on that hero, though. There's a Garrosh ban. So now Johanna looks like the obvious pick. CSM have to worry about Johanna. They have to worry about Urel. And they have to worry about one of Deckard or Whitemane. The one thing that Tasvala selection at the top of the rotation did was it left a number of high-tier heroes available for this 3-4 selection. ETC ban. My question for Mississippi State's draft is whether they throw the Tasvala out there and then they adjust and just take sort of the best heroes available, or if this is part of a larger and maybe more niche idea. Lele. Artanis. Band of Power. Blinds are good, not great. Most of the damage on the side of CSM, I mean, we see Uther and a Nubarak is going to be on the Swiss strike from Genji and the scatter arrows from Hanzo. Although the blinds, what they will do is they will slow down Tyrande quite a bit. And they will also slow down Hanzo and the simple geometry quest at level 1, trying to get, and which bleeds into a further W build, and that W build is highlighted by level 7 when it kind of comes together with CDR for basic attacks towards scatter arrow. And we got a Zarya. Alright. Oh boy. The first couple drafts were very standard. Very simple. Now we got a Tasvala with a Lele and an Artanis and a Zarya. That's a draft. I don't know what to make of this. So the double support, the Tyrande Uther would lend one to believe that CSM wanted to turn this into a 3-2 laning setup. However, Mississippi State answers that with the Zarya, and now they're basically saying, no, we're going to shove a lane. You're going to have to respond to this. So in the early game, the question here is going to be, how does CSM respond to the siege pressure through the Zarya, Vala, and I'm assuming it'll be a four-man bottom with Lele and Tazadar joining them, and Artanis just solo top. They have good CC. They have great CC, to be quite honest with you. In a 4-man, if Uther is joining them, that's a long chain. Lele can't do anything about the CC chain until level 7. And the one aspect that a hero like Zarya struggles with is disengaging fights. The only thing she can do is just try to absorb damage with the shield and then apply auto attack pressure. She has no CC to answer engagements with. But hey, listen, that's a condition that you have to work for. Okay. Game numero uno for Colorado School of Mines. Michaelin on the Anubarak. Interesting. Justice on the Genji. Tiddly, their tank player, is on Uther. Time will be playing the Hanzo. And Joe is on the Tyrande. Showing an early 5-man here from Mississippi State. Cyphering on the Artanis. Mr. 1 on the Lele. Rangeman on the Zarya. NH William will be playing Tessiter. And Sluyex. A lot of pressure. Hyper carry Vala. And this is a hot pursuit Vala, isn't it? Oh boy. This is a... Oh no, Caltrops. Yeah, ha ha ha. This is fun. You have to spend time at Hatred to get the Vault cooldown. You don't see this outside of, like, Eastern play with Valas. Should be fun. Okay, so it is a 3-2, an odd bit of laning here, but somewhat expected here that CSM would try to break this up. They have Uther and Hanzo bottom against a 5-man. They have really very little siege damage. And Nubarak and Tyrande will stay top. Justice on the Genji. Say hello. deflect a little damage back towards Sluyex. He now has the ability, I think he does still have Swift Strike, to sort of boss this jungle, cause a bit of a delay. Tyrande and Abathur, excuse me, Abathur. Anubarak can only get half of a tower. This is where the struggle is going to be. The incredible amount of siege pressure on the side of MSU versus the sort of CC chain and single target damage of Colorado School of Mines. A good bit of disengage there. Tiddly covering with the Uther. So this being a main tank Uther, he starts things off with Hammer the Lightbringer. Basic attack going to be 75 times, and then you're going to start seeing cooldown on your stun, and really the basic attack mana restoration cannot be ignored. Uther's out of the meta because he lacks sustain, but one extra Uther spell in a fight is huge. Range Man, boy, if Justice stuck around, he probably would have had the Swift Strike reset there on Zarya. Thank you. Hey, it's Daff. What's happening, dude? Thank you for the prime. Good to see you. Hope everything's going well. CSM with the early XP lead. Tiddly, I thought was going to drop the hammer down on Range Man, who's out of shields right now. Took some poke from time. Justice has just lived in the middle of the map trying to make decisions here or there. No kills early. No lack of kill pressure as well. Top damage for Hanzo, who had about 12k, almost has as much damage as the entirety of Mississippi State combined. Time's going to get a little bit more bold as this game goes on. Both teams at level 4. 12 stacks. That was a huge hit. Actually got to see what 3 hits on Simple Geometry looks like. Using the tower to get an angle on Zarya and a couple of quick hits. With 3 seconds left before the Immortals spawn, CSM immediately moved to pick up their Shaman camp. And then that will be the first mercenary pickup of the game. Here comes the race as MSU will begin to step up. Range Man is low. Tiddly, this is different with Uther. You can play a lot more aggressively, and he's heading towards Zarya, who's the first kill. Justice got that going with a Swift Strike and followed it up. And now Time and company look at the chase. Michael Lynn gets a double impale. There is a giant lunar flare by Zhou. And Cypherin will swap back into his own death. Time with a little bit of chase down here. So Lugex could be next. Justin needs some auto attacks. He gets it. And Genjuru tracks down Vala. That is a 3-man kill. And now CSM will turn their attention towards the first objective. That was trouble from the beginning for Mississippi State as they stepped up, and Range Man was already at, I don't know, about a quarter life. Shield or no shield, Justice sniffs that out, hits the Swift Strike, and you get a flank from Uther now with that added CC. As Tiddly, the tank player for Colorado School of Mines, is playing the Uther. Michael Lynn is their offlaner. Things are getting changed up. This is another big Uther hit. 2-man impale. Michael Lynn is in deep. Has the Immortal stun, though. Keep an eye on this. Might go down, but he can wind up trading out. And Uberak goes down. It is worth 2 kills as Artanis is next to fall. Justice, I don't think he has a Swift Strike reset. Looking to get some damage on Anish William, that Tassadar. Running away. Let's see if he gets there. Gets the shield. Lily goes down on the backside. Time playing the role of Hunter of the Pandas on that Hanzo. And now we'll get some race. Time and Zhou, just, I mean, they melt this thing. Hunter's Mark, plus a Hanzo, especially once he gets stacked in. Oh yes, he's done before 5 minutes. They just breathe on that Immortal and it goes down. This is an 80% shield. It'll be headed top. Not much has been done so far in terms of siege damage. Let's see what CSM can do here. Oh boy, we haven't invaded. No, you don't get that siege camp. A big impale, Tiddly trying to run away. Ranged Man's out of shields. Justice goes over the wall, gets the reset on the auto attack for Tassadar. It's just okay. So what I missed was Mississippi State starting the Shaman camp, thinking that they were safe to do so. They still don't have level 7. They're behind in a talent tier early. And with Anubarak, especially, The burrow in over the wall is a very easy play to be made. Hanzo has vision, and you saw what Justice can do on the Genji in that situation. Cypher in with the blade dash in. Actually does wind up hitting the swap onto Uther. He's trying to get out. Michael in at front. A decent little impale, but not much to be done. Here comes the Immortal, who does not have a shield. Will have to run it down in melee range. Ranged man at the front is low. Eats a Swift Strike. No resets, but Michael is looking in for the burrow there. Zarya goes down. Lunar Flare confirms a kill. Artanis, Tacit are down as well. With this wall and another wave, CSM will have 10. Watch how the XP starts to spike through the towers. They need a little bit more. They actually do get it there. A couple of minions, and they have level 10s, and they're immediately going to go for the early keep play, and they should. Michaelin comes in on the burrow. The Impale winds up hitting on 3 members. Lunar Blaze on Lili. Divine Storm and a Genji follow-up, and that will do it for Lili. Just looking for the resets now. We actually have Dragon Arrow doing a ton of damage. Artanis is gone. Vala is gone. Zarya snug as a bug in a rug. There's the CC chain. She goes down. It's a 5-man team wipe for Mines. They'll back up and take care of the keep. Pyro, if you're in chat, can you clip that, please? We're going to need that for later. CSM are up 18-1 in terms of kills at 7 minutes with this comp. Good God. Janice, no, don't. I don't really want to hit the swap on that. Only heroic not using it was the Dragon Blade. We saw Cocoon, Divine Storm, Starfall, as well as the Dragon Arrow. A follow-up. Looking to be there on Divine Storm. If Tiddly gets one squishy target hammered and hits the Divine Storm, you're going to get a lot of Rings of Death. Swap comes out and actually connects on Justice, who's going to deflect and have to use Swift Strike to get away. 11-8. Heroic cooldowns are still not there. See time sneaking in the Khazra camp on the bottom. Nobody up top. CSM certainly just waiting. Starfall's available, as is Divine Storm. Look at Tiddly walking in. There it is. There it is. Luyex, the target, is gone. Range Man goes down. Zarya is done in by the Starfall. Justice looking to get more. As Tassadar gets it swallowed up in the Cocoon. Oh. William. With it. Oh, that D-shift. And he gets out. Silver linings, baby. Okay, double stack wave catapult top. Mines will pick up a fort. The Immortals are going, and I mean, it's just time. He's already got it down to half health. This will be another keep. Artanis and Zarya pressure immediately. Time has jumped. Use natural agility to go ahead and get on out of there. Tiddly is up front, has to avoid the Immortal stuns. Now a little bit of a reprieve here. Michael with the Impale, a lot of low targets. Joe steps up, Dragon Arrow comes through. It's a lot of damage on the Lili, but nobody's dead yet. Justice has been chasing. Slugex around. Watch for the Genji reset. Looks like he missed the Swift Strike, but they start picking up kills. Vala goes down. Artanis is web wrapped. Lili went down there as well. Immortal, gone. Artanis, gone. CSM up 26-1. Task looking to clean it up. Triple Cat is with a 4th on the way. Siege Giants, excuse me, the Khazra Siege Camp in the bottom lane. Already peppering the wall. Range Man makes a step up. MSU still needs about 4 waves just to get to level 10. I don't know if they can even get to 10 before this keep goes down. This should be game. Range Man's getting poked. Task waiting for another wave top. There goes the tower. There was a big Immortal stun. Rain Man eats it. Lunar Blaze comes through, and there's the Dragon Blade on the backside. Genji's trying to get this in before level 10 comes through. Zarya goes down. There's the deflect play. Uther steps up. Remember, he does not have the shield. Ciphering gets deleted on the swap. Lili's in the Dragon. Justice actually went in deep enough to get the bounce off. Almost picked up a free kill on Sluyex. Lunar Flare on Lili. Kung Fu Hustle or not, that's going to do it for her. Justice trying to get away. Genji goes down, but the Immortal, who still has a shield, is on the core. Vala goes down to the combo from Michaelin. Looks like game number 1 is going to belong to CSM. 40% on the core. Another big combo. D-Storm, Dragon Arrow. 32-2. Efficient. And convincing. Well then. So these comps were going in two totally different directions. The Zarya main tank on the side of MSU for Mississippi State needed to push, and push hard in the beginning of the game. Didn't bode well for them. On the flip side, this Uther tank was just a master stroke by CSM. It gave MSU all kinds of problems. It's just very simply just a Divine Storm into a hammer, and that target's gone. Very well played. Take a look at our talents. This is what a tank Uther build looks like. It's a little bit different. It's Hammer of the Lightbringer at 1. Holy Shock for a little bit more poke at 4. Cleanse into Divine Storm, into Well Met at 13, and that's as far as we got in game number 1. Alright. Wait for the map selection before game number 2. I want to give a shout out to chat. Writing, I see you there, brother. Thank you for hanging around for these Tespa Collegiate Series matches. Pyro, he didn't play main tank, so it really wasn't that much of a yikes. And in fact, Michael did a good job with the Impales, setting up a lot of combos. And I thought the synergy was better. It does look like CSM have warmed up a bit from game number 1. Map selection will be made by Mississippi State. They chose Battlefield at game number 1. So here's we're following our HGC rules. The loser of the game will choose map pick or first pick. They're going to vote. Okay, so we'll have a lobby up shortly. Let me just go ahead and get a couple things fixed here. Game 2. Alrighty, drop that. Head back over here. So, up next, we are going to be headed to Volskaya Foundry. Mississippi State will have first pick. This was the map selection of Colorado School of Mines. These are best of 3 sets here for the Tespa Collegiate Series, the preseason edition. Teams are moving on into our lobby, so we should have a game up shortly. Checking something. I was told Volskaya it may be Dragonshire. Check in on that in a second. May have to remake. Team's trying to figure it out right now. Again, we're on the tournament realm, so Kerrigan and Brightwing reworks are not live, as are some other buffs to heroes, but I think we're actually caught up on the balance patches. Okay, double checking. So I think we're actually on for Volskaya. Unless I have misunderstood the map selection process, in which case I apologize. Chat, what is going on? Thank you guys for being out here. I'll try to catch more of this Tespa stuff on Sundays. This is really cool. There's actually a lot of NGS teams that I'm friendly with. I just took a peek in the Discord and I saw that I recognize most of the names actually, so there should be a good selection to choose from. I'd be honored to cast these teams as they start to get ready for Heroes of the Dorm, which is really a freaking awesome event. Dorm is really cool. Brightingham, thank you for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Okay. Check and see teams are. Taking a peek, see here. Again, we're headed to Volskaya. Trying to get that ready notes. All right, things to change. I mean, MSU went with a really odd comp, and it didn't work. So you'd like to see them play to the map here for game number 2. I don't mind Tasvala any stretch. We actually saw it in the first set of the doubleheader. And I think actually if MSU wants to go in that direction with the Tasvala, they could just change their draft up and just go to, post that, say, all right, we're going to take all the best heroes available, because there were many out there. Okay, teams are ready. Let's head on into a draft. Volskaya Foundry is up for map number 2. CSM looking to complete the 2-0 victory. Mississippi State looking to force a game number 3. Because I think, and I just want to check, so it was a Tasvala first rotation, and then I believe like Urel as well as Genji were available. This is for Battlefield of Eternity, and then on top of that, there was actually not a lot of support bands. Mississippi State believed in the Lily. Well, Genji will not be going over to Justice here in game number 2. I feel like that's how it kind of works with Genji. You let him through in one game, and then you just don't want to see it. This is a hero that has an absurdly low win rate when played on the ladder, but in the competitive scene, it's Genji. He's S tier. It's just what he does. There's a Maiev ban. Alex Strauza moves up in priority here on Volskaya. The Holy Triumvirate supports right now Deckard Cain, Sally Whitemane, and Tyronda. But Alex is a great pick here on Volskaya. You typically see Sturdy Tanks is a better map for Garrosh if he is available. Johanna does here very well. The Shamadas are banned out. Mississippi State a bit angry after game 1, and they will not let Time and Justice get back on the Overwatch hero. There's a Lily ban. A little bit of spicy bans here. First pick for Mississippi State. Slug Life. First pick Abathur. Alright, Mississippi State. Show me what you got. Solo support Abby. We got more push cheese coming.
Tremble before me.
What's a scoop?
So it begins.
Deckard. Diablo. A little bit of D&D. A little bit of Mortal Enemies here. The last of the Haradrim and the Lord of Terror are picked up by Colorado School of Mines with their first rotation. Papa Time's in the house. It's good to see you.
The crusade calls.
We got Time. We got Father Time. Can we get Grandfather Clock?
Make way for the bad guy.
That's a Zul'jin. So Abby, Joe, and Zul'jin from Mississippi State. I still don't quite see a clone target, so I am very interested to see what Mississippi breaks out with their 4-5, but before that, we'll head into the secondary ban phase. And Urel is the ban for CSM. That's interesting. Maybe going with a Blaze for the bunker against a clone. It could also be Dahaka, just because, even though this is really not a good Dahaka map, could be a little worried about the Abbey Soak. Urel is banned out, leaving all supports available. There's the Dahaka ban. Mississippi State answers. This could still even be a Sonya. Leap Sonya against an Abathur comp is very effective so long as the clone cooldown is on the clock. Because it makes it just so much easier for Sonya to just jump onto a single target. Jimmy?
My hatred is unending.
And a Donger. Ildan the Betrayer. Okay. It absolutely could work. You expect to hunt on Illidan, and the Illidan into what we're seeing so far, this Joe Zul'jin. We do see Lily banned out, so there are blinds on Johanna. Okay, that's not that big of a deal. Those are also not, point and click. We get Vala Tyrande to follow this up. So what we see is Illidan with an opportunity to hunt into a backline that has difficult to hit CC that's a Vikings. This should be fun. Michaelin on the Vikings. Two ways you can play Vikings here. You can run a 4-man with, Diablo, Deckard, Raynor, Illidan. And you could use the Vikings to proxy a wave in between the keep and the fort, because the gap is really huge. You can do that on either bot or top if you're willing to sacrifice the Vikings, or you could just put one in each lane. Vikings have fallen off in the meta, as Samuro has actually seen a little bit of a rise, but Vikings are a pocket pick for many players, especially people who grew up playing the old RTSs of old. Okay, so Michaelin on the Vikings. Justice going to be playing that Jimmy. Joe on the Deckard Cain. Tiddly will be playing Diablo, and Time is on the Illidan. And they'll be looking at counter troll against Mississippi State. And H. William will be playing the Abbey. Sluyeks on the Zul'jin Rangeman will be playing Vala. Cypher in on the Johanna. Just a nice little tap. And Mr. 1 will be playing the Tyrande.
Combat operations.
Balog headed top, Eric middle, and Olaf bottom. Let's see how this winds up playing out. Michaelin keeping Eric in reserve. Diablo goes in. Tiddly needs to scroll the ceiling to get the disengage, and Vala's already in trouble. Time finds the first kill. There's the Illidan, there's the evasion, and he will slide on out. First blood, first couple of waves. Vala goes down. Balog in the top lane is the best wave clear of the Vikings. Olaf the body soaker, if you will. And Eric, the best for single target siege damage. See 3 members here already jumping on to a fortification turret, and now they find an opportunity to jump onto a Zul'jin. Let's see if Time wants to finish this off. Should have an evasion up. Oh, I think he thought about it and then thought about it again. Now he's on this, heading in the wrong way. Justice wants to kill. Guys, this conveyor belt goes in the opposite direction. Ranger's is going to stand up and shoot Zul'jin and trade out. Okay, those guys are gone. And now Mr. 1 has an Illidan on him. Boy, isn't that funny? Tyrande Illidan. Tiddly with the flip. Tyrande goes down to Illidan. Vala, meanwhile, in the top lane, pushing up against Balog. It's a full level lead already. 3 kills to 1. Conveyor belt, guys. It goes that way. An early level 4 for Colorado School of Mines. Ah, okay. Italy under pressure here. Illidan does well into just about everybody in a solo setting, and you can see Time was pushing Zul'jin back into a gate. Now he gets hit with a lunar flare. I'm not sure this. Oh no, there's the Vala. Hungering arrow, not enough. We got a 2-level lead. Could be more. Tiddly is lining up Zul'jin. There is the wallbang scroll. The ceiling comes through. Time's looking to get even more kills. Johanna is the only one, though, to get hit by the CC. And the Lunar Blaze disengaged. Time is in deep. It will not jump the wall. Olaf bottom. Balog top. 2-level lead. The blitz is on. Illidan moves to the biotic emitter. Balog in the top lane has been pushing against the Abathur. 4 seconds on this first objective. CSM will have level 7 in 3 waves and a camp. Because of the Vikings, that's going to be nearly instantaneous after this camp gets caught. Justice getting some pepper onto Vala, who needs an Abathur shield just to stay alive. Sluix on that Zul'jin's been thinking about it, and he'll step on for a hot minute. But he sees what's coming from mid. That's the channel started. It is level 7 picked up. And Tiddly immediately moving on a range man scroll of ceiling, but Vault will provide Vala with the escape. Illidan not yet down here. Here he comes. That's a Ruby pickup. Alrighty. Here comes the Donger. Jumps immediately on the Vala. There's Tiddly with the CC combo. Overpower. Coming through. Vala goes down as Illidan diving in for that one. Johanna is up next. The biotic emitter is used. 2 kills. A 2.5 level lead. Michael is just kind of hanging out. This is actually what happens when you AFK with Olaf. He just sits down and he has a bite. It's adorable. Now we put Eric on mid. Sluix yet again steps up. They're prepping this for the Triglav. Wall being removed. So CSM know that they can just, they're going to take a fight and they have a load of time before Mississippi State are going to get to level 7. In fact, they lose Olaf, big deal. Michaelin's on the point with Eric, and he actually winds up picking up a couple of points. There's the chase down coming through on Johanna. Needs some CC here. There's the Roger Cube, the scroll of sealing it. It is enough. So while there is no pressure on the point, now Mississippi State will take it over. CSM can just claim buildings. They have a Rainer and Illidan. That's a fantastic combo for single target siege. You get an Illidan on a building and it just goes away. Takes a little while, but then again, scaling. Time and Joe step up to this wall, and okay, this is what a team does when they want to end the game with the first objective. The focus is on top wall. 50% has been channeled. Mississippi State is just not backing at all. CSM will take whatever they can get here. There's a Lornado as 10s come through. Johanna will be the target, waiting for Iron Skin there. That gets procced. APOC hunts. Rainer's Raider as well. Here's the APOC Tiddly. Can't get the combo to connect, though. They're actually just going to go ahead and give up the Triglav for the keep. Time's jumping on it. They'll just finish this one off easily. Johanna cannot chase an Illidan around 310. Valak goes down. Apparently 3 Vikings kill a Vala. It's overtime. Michaelin's doing the shuffle. The hunt came through. Sluix is going down. Illidan gets on core. Time wants to end this video game. And Zul'jin. Abathur head on Johanna is not going to be enough. Ends Johanna. Vikings are claiming the Triglav. Illidan is actually being targeted right now and could go down. In fact, the mines might have finished him off. Illy and Deckard go down. 85% on the core remains. Tiddly and Justice get out. Vikings pick up the Triglav. And you can only put 1 Viking in there. You can't have 2 sets of controls. So it is Olaf. Meanwhile, Pesky Eric heads on bottom.
Team has taken control of a protector.
And H. Williams says, wait. I don't know why. Can Viking take the... No. It would be neat. Almost as neat as Vala going down instantly to the trig log. Tiddly picks that kill up. He tries to stay alive with some fire stomps. He may go down. But Raynor and Olaf are on to the core. 1 more second on Apok. Couple more seconds on the hunt, by the way. Let's keep an eye on a target. Here comes Tiddly, who's low. Trigglove has the shield down. It's at 60. Hunt comes through. Time skipping any thoughts of a team fight. Just says, I'm Illidan. I'm going to take your buildings away. Gets the shield. Here's the flip. Dongers got a dong. Game number 2 belongs to CSM. And a convincing victory. And a right quick game. That was a 7-15 Illidan blitz. Papa Time, what do you think? Let me know in chat. Wow. Okay. And they traded some kills too. There's not really too much to say about this other than this is a practice comp. And the pressure's on the 4-man, particularly the Illidan. But all of this is enabled by early Abathur going up against an Illy with a 3-man backline, and they are each individually weak against Illidan. The CC is, again, we kind of call it like speculative. You don't expect Tyrande to be landing raw lunar blazes, raw lunar flares. Did we take lunar blaze? We didn't. We took True Shadow Warrior. Zildjian has no CC. Vala's doesn't come online until level 10. Didn't even get there. And Johanna, again, the blinds and Condemn can do some work on Illidan, but if he dodges, one part of that combo in either way, he's just going to run rampant, and that's what happened. 2-0 CSM. Okay, gang. That is going to do it for me. I was happy to bring these matches to you guys. Very cool to see. I'll be looking forward to grabbing more Tespa games in the future. I believe they play 2 best-of-3s on Sundays. I'm trying to learn everything I can about the org, and I don't know if there's any Tespa people watching. You can let me know what I can do to be better for you guys. And we'll look to get more of the preseason here in the lecture hall. If you want to catch more Tespa action, throw the old boy a follow. I cast the HOTS for a number of different leagues. If it's being played, there's a chance that I'm going to grab it. Cheers, everybody, and have a good evening.